Welcome to Creative Cooking. Kicking off the Condiments series, we're going to make pickled red onion. And what we have here is a large red onion. It's probably the biggest one I've ever seen. And you want to cut it from north to south, or top to bottom. It's very important. And you also want to remove the skin, right? And you want to cut it from north to south when you slice it. In other words, you want to end up with these crescent-shaped strands of onion. You don't want to cut it the other way because they might just fall apart on you. The edge cuts that you make are going to be a little big, so all you have to do is just cut those into slivers until you have everything the size you want. That's pretty easy to do too, but you'll be crying a lot. Then you want to throw some hot water over it. I've got about 4 cups of hot water in there. And I also have the burner on because I want to basically blanch these onions, and that's all I want to do, not cook them. And then we'll drain them. Drain them and put them aside. That helps to get rid of the sulfuric acid and helps them wilt. They go into the jar a little bit easier. Then we're going to make the brine. We're going to call it a brine. Yes. That is 1/2 cup of spring water. We have 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. You could use all apple cider, or you can use white cider, or even wine vinegar for that matter. But I like using a 50-50 mix of the apple cider and the white cider. Okay, and one of the reasons for that, I want it to be clear, because when we make this, we're going to end up with this beautiful magenta pink liquid. It's amazing. And of course, you have to season it with some salt and some sugar. You must use sugar or honey. It'll work. It's about 1 tablespoon there. And the rest of the ingredients are in the description. I threw in some black peppercorns. And of course, my favorite is the, those fine red pepper flakes, because I like to heat things up. What can I say? And the only reason we're heating this is so that it melts the sugar and the salt. And that's it. You're not cooking it. Then you throw the pickles into the jar. Of course, those onions are a little hot, but that's okay. No problem, right? We're chefs, or home chefs. We're used to it. Right? And you just pour the vinegar mix or the brine over the onions. Now I did end up making a little bit more in the same proportions using the same ingredients because I wanted that jar to be full almost to the top with the brine, and that was mainly for photographic purposes. Okay? I'm just going to mix it all up, and probably the best way to do that, put the cover on and just give it a little shake. That'll make sure that, everything is in there and you get rid of air bubbles and that sort of thing, right? And when you're done with that, all you have to do is release the cover, put it back on, but don't put it on tight because otherwise you'll have a heck of a time trying to take it back off, because that is a pickling jar after all. And you push everything down, put the cover on very loosely, just enough to keep things from flying in, and let it sit for 20 minutes to an hour. Let it come down to room temp. I like it cold. It'll keep for 3 weeks in the fridge. And you can put this on burgers, hot dogs, salads, just about anything you want. Or just use it as a garnish to dress up the plate. So, I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you come back each week for more great videos made for people who like to cook. Until then, bon appetit.